Now, yesterday, many of you will know that I did a video where I was talking about what we need to get under NIO for insurance registration today, which, as per the video I did yesterday, which this was the video, I said NIO had to obviously get 5,000 at least insurance registrations, and boy, I'm excited to come and tell you that I see on the screen NIO today on the insurance registration for last week. They had total insurance registrations of around 5,170, which is up 9.3% from previous week. Now, something very interesting is that from these insurance registrations, ONVO had 1,450, up 17.89% from the 1,230 we saw last week. And Firefly had 470 units, or sold 470 cars, which is up 6.8% from the 440 cars we saw last week. Now, the NIO main brand saw 3,250, which is up 6.2%. Now, these are pretty decent insurance registrations because 5,170, it's a pretty decent figure, and so many of the people were really curious, are wondering if NIO will get to the guidance that they gave us in Q1 for the month of June of between 22,700 to 24,700, and I think it's possible. It's possible we can see them, of course, getting to this target, because 5,000, I think right now sort of like puts NIO to be at plus 15,000 deliveries. As of last week on Sunday, NIO is sitting at plus 15,000, and can they get 10,000 from the last remaining days of this month? It's possible, man, because look, they still like 8 days, because the 30th of, or the end of the month of June is Monday next week, which is the 30th. So they still got like 8 days to do whatever they can, and this hopefully makes them to obviously at the 10,000. It means that in the almost every day or on a daily basis, NIO should be delivering over 1,000 cars on a daily basis. Which is it possible? Again, I think it is. I mean, the president of ONVO, Shen Fei, has been saying some pretty good comments in the streets of social media. I think in Weibo, he has been saying, look, the sales of ONVO are doing so well, and this 1,450, I suppose it shows us that indeed ONVO has been recovering, or ONVO sales has recovered, which is something that is good. And hopefully we get to see NIO do very well in terms of the overall deliveries for the month of June, which are due to come on Tuesday next week. Otherwise, as we see the other new energy vehicle car makers, we've got Tesla, which had 13,800, Xiaomi 4,600, but with the Xiaomi, something that you must know is that they are expected to launch the YU7, and is expected to unlock some massive sales for Xiaomi. So we could be seeing Xiaomi without any struggle selling the kind of sales or deliveries that you see XPeng and Li Auto selling, or even selling more than that, because Xiaomi is selling also mass market brands, and with the mass market brands, you know that they can easily generate massive sales on a weekly, monthly basis, which obviously for Xiaomi, I think it's going to be great, right? Otherwise, for this insurance registration report, XPeng had 8,500, Li Auto had 8,900, and both of these car companies are also doing pretty well, right? BYD had 84,400, which is up 18% from previous week, which was 70,300. So all in all, these are the insurance registration figures, and like I said, hopefully we get to see things becoming better, even for our very own NIO. I mean, NIO is a company that we have been talking about for quite some time, and hopefully, man, we get to see them do so well in a way that, of course, they're at least within their guidance which they gave during the Q1 earnings of between 24,700 to 27,700. I mean, though I don't want to cover it right now, there is a Firefly massive special that NIO has announced to those that are buying Firefly right now. They will be able to get a bus waiver when NIO launches the battery as a service, or when NIO officially starts rolling out the battery swapping station, that Firefly is able to go and perform a battery swapping from, which I will have to talk about that in a different video. But NIO is doing whatever they can so that at least they can get as many sales as possible, both from their sub brand, both from their NIO main brand model. But something that I'm liking about NIO right now is that they are not really fighting for discounts anymore. They are at that point where they are letting their cars, their technology in their cars, to make them sell these units. And boy, I must say, it has been pretty good, decent for NIO. 3,200 for in a week. I think it's pretty decent, man. And remember, when NIO wants to see themselves by the end of this year is to have 6,000 from NIO alone. Which, is it possible? I think time will tell, man. Time will really tell. But obviously, for NIO to get to the 25,000 on a monthly basis, for the NIO main brand models only, they need to be selling roughly around 6,000 or having around 6,000 insurance registrations, which we will see what transpires. ONVO has got a potential of getting to 25,000 because there are two models that they are going to launch. There is the flagship model, the L90, which is coming in August, and pre-orders are expected to begin in July, and that model is expected to boost the kind of sales that we're seeing onto ONVO. L80, it will be the cherry on top that finish or completes the puzzle of ONVO. And with all those three, I believe that ONVO, it can get to 25,000. NIO, I think for the 25,000 there should be signs right now. NIO main brand model should be selling at least 4,000, and hopefully they are still going to get to this mark, because I think the other models that they are expecting to sell for NIO, those models are quite pricey, and therefore even if they come with massive features, at the end of the day, it's not many people that can get to afford those cars. So the cars that are available for NIO, the 2025 NIO cars that are available right now, these are the cars that are supposed to obviously push mass sales for NIO to get to the 6,000 weekly deliveries, right? But again, let's wait, let's see what transpires. I think we need to brace ourselves for what's coming. Though NIO might not get to the 25,000 as said by the NIO CEO, but I think NIO can get to 20,000 like what we've been seeing last year. It has proven that in the past to say that they can get to 20,000, but 25,000 I'm not sure. But ONVO, it can get to 25,000, no problem. I think they can achieve that. Firefly, it can also push the NIO sales to 10,000. We can possibly see a month where we see Firefly having 10,000 sales, especially now knowing that NIO is preparing, of course, the battery swapping stations that can also be used by those that buy Firefly sub-brand. Tell me what you think about this. Blue sky is coming, long term will win. See you on the next one, my dear friends. That is all from me, and God bless you all.